Hi everyone, welcome to our channel CodeChef. If you are interested in competitive programming and want to learn and master data structures and algorithms, then this is a one-stop destination for you. Every week, we'll post CodeChef problem explanations, conceptual videos on various programming paradigms, and also conduct live problem-solving sessions. But before we get started, here's a reminder to hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet already. Great. Now that you have subscribed, let's get started. Today we'll be solving the problem difficulties, which is a cakewalk problem and belongs to the August Long challenge. So let us see the problem statement. The problem statement here says that we'll be given 4 problems. So 4 problems have been prepared, and each of these 4 problems will have different difficulty levels. Different difficulty levels meaning that the difficulty levels of these 4 problems will be given to us in the form of A1, A2, A3 and A4. Now these difficulty levels can, it's not necessary that these problem difficulty levels are unique. They can be same, like A3 can be equal to A4 or A3 is equal to A2 or so on. All 4 can also be same, so that's there. Now what we have to find out is that how many maximum number of problem sets we can create using these 4 problems. Obviously, when we are asked to create problem sets, that means there must be some condition related to it as such that we can form these problem sets. So the condition is that each of the problem set can contain at must contain at least 2 problems. So a problem set cannot have a single problem, it should at least contain 2 problems, and also the problems that are there like P1 and P2, whatever problems we have selected, they should not have the same difficulty level. So here we will be given A1, A2, A3, A4 represents the difficulty level of P1, P2, P3, P4, that is the problem number. So that means if P1 and P2 have the same difficulty level, then they cannot be in the same set. And a set can comprise of 2 or more problems, not less than that. Also, one problem will only belong to a single problem set. So you cannot use one problem more than once to form another set. So these are the conditions. Now we have to find out that how many maximum number of problem sets we can create. So let us take examples and try to understand this problem. So now I'll be writing different examples of A1, A2, A3 and A4, which is the difficulty level of the 4 problems that is given to us. So case 1 is when all the difficulty levels of the problems are different. So let us keep the difficulty levels to 5, 6, 7 and 8. These are the 4 difficulty levels of A1, of 1, 2, 3 and 4th problem. Now in this case, if we are trying to form a set and each set can contain 2 or more problems, right? So we can form maximum number of sets by keeping 2 problems each in a single set, right? Because less than that we can never keep. So the set we will form, we can form one set with 2 problems and another set with another 2 problems, right? Because this condition is also being followed that each problem difficulty level is also different, because we cannot keep 2 problems in one set if the difficulty levels are same, right? In a set, the difficulty level of each problem should be different. So that's why all the conditions are being followed here. Here we can form 2 sets of the problem. And if you try to understand the problem, if you have understood the problem, then you will see that we can not form more than 2 sets in any case. This is the case where we can form maximum number of problem sets when all the 4 have different difficulty levels. Now case 2 will be when we have 3 difficulty levels different and 1 is same. So let the difficulty levels be 5, 6, 7 and 7. So A3 and A4 have the same difficulty levels. So now here what we can do, we can form one difficulty level, we can form one problem set with the the 6 and 7, and another problem set with 5 and 7 difficulty level. So again here we are able to form two sets of problem, because and here the condition is again being followed, that a problem set 6 and 7. So here the difficulty levels are also different, and we have at least two problems in it. And in another set, the 5 and 7, that is we are selecting P1 and P4. So again the difficulty levels are different, and we have two problems each. Now case 3 will be when we have three difficulty levels same and one is different. So now what will happen in this case? We have 5 and 6, 6 and 6. Now in this case what will happen is that we can only form one set of problem, because here if we try to form a problem set out of 6 and 6, then it will not be possible, because these two difficulty levels are the same and we cannot form a set like that. So only one set of problem will be possible, that is A1 and A2, that is with two different difficulty levels. So only one set is possible here. Now another scenario in this particular case can be like that, 5, 5 and 6, 6. So here two problems have the same difficulty and another two problems also have the same difficulty. So now in this case also we can form two different problem sets, right? So we can form two different problem sets here. Now the case 4 will be when all the four problems have the same difficulty level. So if all the four problems have the same difficulty levels, then you can see on your own that we will not be able to form any problem set at all, right? We can form 0 problem sets. So now if we discuss further about case 1, case 2, case 3 and case 4, so what we can conclude is that whatever the number of difficulty levels are there, that is what will help us decide that how many problem sets can be formed. So if the difficulty levels are 4 or 3 in number, if there are 4 difficulty levels in all, or if there are 3 difficulty levels in all. So here like 5, 6, 7, 8 there are 4 difficulty levels, and here 5, 6, 7 there are 3 difficulty levels, then in that case definitely we can say that 2 problem sets will be formed. Now if you look at case 3, then there are 2 conditions which we will have to keep in mind. Although this says that there are 2 difficulty levels in both the cases, this is the first case and this is the second case. So here we have 5 and 6 difficulty level, here also we have 5 and 6 difficulty levels, but here we have just one problem with 5 difficulty level and 3 problems with 6 difficulty levels, and here we have 2 problems with 5 difficulty level, 2 problems with 6 difficulty levels. So that is the difference. So we will have to count the number of problems that belong to one particular difficulty level. If to one particular difficulty level there are 2 problems belonging, the count of the problem is 2, then in that case the number of problem sets will be 2, otherwise the problem sets will be 1. Now the last case is when there is just one difficulty level for all the 4 problems. So if there is just one difficulty level, then in that case sure shot the answer will be 0, that is we can form 0 sets of the problem. So guys, this was how we will solve this problem. It is just a matter of conditioning. So this is the solution, and we will see in the code that how we can form the conditions in a better manner. Now let us see the input, output and constraints. The first line of input contains a single integer t, which denotes the number of test cases. Then for each test case we will have a1, a2, a3, a4 as 4 space separated integers, which will tell us the problem difficulty levels of the 4 problems. In the output, we have to print just a single integer, which will tell us the maximum number of problem sets that we can create using the 4 problems. And the constraints are not too large, so you don't have to worry about that. So guys, please try the code on your own if you have understood what I've explained you. And if you have any doubts, then please post them in the comment section. Now let us see the code. So guys, the code will be in C++. Here you can see the first few lines are the input. Then I have taken int A4, in which I will be taking input for the 4 difficulty levels of each problem. Then here you can see I have also created a map. So I have created a map so that we can get the exact number of different difficulty levels that we have, and for each difficulty level we can count the number of problems it has. So like in the explanation, like you saw that 5, 6, 6, 6. So it means that one problem has difficulty level 5 and 3 problems have difficulty level 6. So here in the map, how it will be stored, 5, 1 will be one pair, that is 5, difficulty level 5 has the count of problems 1, and difficulty level 6 has the count of problems 3. So the next pair or the key value pair of the map will be 6, 3. So that is what we are doing here. We are trying to form this map. After that, we just have to check if the size of the map is 3 or the size of the map is 4. That means if there are 3 or 4 difficulty levels in all, then in that case, definitely the answer will always be 2. We will be able to form only 2 problem sets. In the next case, I have checked if the size of the map is 1, that is, there is just one difficulty level available for all the 4 problems. In that case, the answer will always be 0. We cannot form any problem sets. In the last case, it is when the number of difficulty levels are 2. So we have 2 cases here. So I am checking that if at A of 0, that means for, you can check for any difficulty level. For any difficulty level, if the number of problems that belong to a particular difficulty level is 2, right? So in that case, the number of problem sets that we can form is 2. So you can check for 0. You can also, check for 1. It doesn't matter if for one difficulty level there are 2 problems, then for the other also there will be 2 problems, because in the else part we already know that in total there are only 2 difficulty levels. So that's why I have checked, you can check for either position 0 or for position 1. So now if it is 2, then we will print 2, then there will be 2 problem sets. Else part mein we will print 1, because then we can form only one problem set if it is the case of 5, 6, 6, 6. And if it is the case of 5, 5, 6, 6, then in that case we will print 2. So you can recall from the example that we discussed in the problem explanation. So that's it, guys. This is how we will be doing the code of the problem. So there may be different ways of doing the code to this problem, which you can try it out on your own. And if you have any doubts, then please do post them in the comment section. You can also stay updated via our Telegram channel. Please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one.